Good day, my super plant foldies. This is Richie at Grow Folds, and today I will take you to go shopping and finding a new baby pet. I am searching for some chickens, so I'm actually out at Rooster Home and Hardware. This is out in Dallas, Texas. I talked about possibly getting a dog on the main YouTube channel, but I realized that a dog would take a little bit more care. And as a kid, I actually had like 2 chickens that I raised up until adulthood. So we'll see what that all looks like. I will say that I definitely can't keep any of the roosters because they make too much noise. So I'm definitely looking for some already gender identified little chicken hens. And you can see right here, I am just pointing out some of the supplies that you'll need whenever you are actually growing chickens. I am not an expert, but you definitely need a basic food for your chicks, something that's medicated so it actually helps them not go to, I guess, chicken heaven. And then you can see right here, I didn't even realize, plant foldies, that there are so many vitamins and things of that nature for chickens. I know that I've seen on YouTube where people actually keep chickens as a pet, but I didn't realize the amount of supplies that you would need to start a chicken, a chicken family or just a pet chicken. You can see right over here, they do have some different types of foods at Rooster Hardware, and you can even see right here, poultry protector. There's just a lot of different types of supplies for your chickens. And then you can see right here, First Peep. So they've got different types of food. Now, I am not an expert when it comes to growing chickens, obviously, but if you have any insights, super plant foldies, leave that in the comments section. And you can see right here, there are different types of chickens. And I guess whenever you are looking for a specific chicken, you want to find one with a really peaceful temperament. You can see right here, white crested polish, $14.99 each. The only thing is, I do not think that these chickens are actually gender identified, so you may end up getting a rooster. And most places, whether you have like a really big space or not, I just don't think that most people want to wake up to the sounds of chickens crowing. Oh, look at these cute little blue bantams. Again, you can see the sale date is May 9th and the hatch date was actually Cinco de Mayo or May 5th. So they're not that old of a chicken. Right over here, most of the time when people acquire baby chickens, they actually get them through the mail. So you don't necessarily have to go to a feed store or some type of like hardware store to get baby chicks. You can order them online. Now, I've never done that before, but that's really a lot of times where people can source out some of these chickens. You can see right here, this is the Easter egger. And this particular chicken actually lays teal or like light blue eggs. That's why it's called Easter egger. I think it's super cool. And just look at how cute these chickens are. These are just a couple of days old, but I really want to start with a chick that's like 1 day old. Most of the time you'll get that. This is the barred Plymouth Rock hen. Now, this is actually a dual purpose chicken, and I really love the zebra look on it. And then we also have this longhorn here. And so let's just spin around. It looks like they just have a couple of little cages of little chickens here. I want to get a chicken, but at the same time, I definitely want to make sure that these chicks are gender identified. And when I inquired, somebody said that they may not necessarily be guaranteed to be hens. So for me, I don't really want to take the risk of like bringing a baby chicken, raising it into adulthood, and then realizing that it is a rooster. In my subdivision, definitely will not allow any type of roosters making noise. So I feel like if I end up getting baby chickens today, I would end up just getting attached, because I remember even as a kid when I had my first chickens, I ended up having to give it to my uncle to take care of because our neighborhood just didn't want to have all of those loud noises because we ended up having a rooster. And that's the reason why I am really adamant of just making sure 100% that these are actual chickens and these are actual hens versus roosters. But as far as Rooster Hardware, really diverse chicken selection. I would say that some places just have like 2 or 3 varieties. At least they have a couple more varieties, and there's plenty of supply. So the thing about it is, I already have some of the supplies that I need for a baby chicken. So we'll see if I can find the right one. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just pan out around here, and then I may end up just going further up north to Dallas. I am based out in North Dallas, so this one was a bit of a drive. It's actually close to Peter's Planters, and so if you've been following my YouTube channel, Peter's Planters is my favorite plant shop in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. But you can see right here, lots of little cute chicks. So I didn't end up getting any baby chickens at the rooster hardware, just because I want to make sure that I find a hen and not a rooster. So I went all the way north Dallas, North McKinney of all places, to go to Gibo's, which is another feed store. You know, that's one area we can go, and you can see that these are actually hens that were delivered that same day. So these are literally day-old hens, and I ended up buying 2 hens actually at Gibo's, just because they had hens, and I really just want to start out with 2. You can see right here, I ended up getting this beginner poultry kit. What's really important is actually to have the heat lamp, because the chicks really require that warmth. They get that from their mother, but obviously there is not a mama hen to take care of these little baby chicks, so we have to simulate or actually make it feel like they're near their mother. So you can see right here, we've got some kits here. I believe this one was like for $29.99, which is really not that bad. Like I said, again, you know, with this brand, you get pretty much everything you need. You get your little watering dish. You've got the infrared light heat lamp, which is really what is necessary for baby chickens, because they have to be in very warm environments. And then you can just see right here, these are my baby chicks. So I ended up getting 2 little baby chicks. One is a Rhode Island Red, which is named Catriona. You can see right over here, this is Catriona on the very left, the lighter chicken. And then I also got a barred rock chicken. This one is a beautiful hen that looks zebra, and my little Barb Rock hen's name is going to be Charlotte. So meet Catriona and Charlotte, and if you are gonna be on the Super Plant Foldy tier, you'll see updates as they grow. And this was actually day 1 when Charlotte actually took her first gulps of water in her new environment. I am actually currently getting my setup for these beautiful little babies that I got, and I am super excited to have them around. You can see that they're just fur balls. Look at that, and she's so cute. Please leave in the comment section if you agree, and if you want to support Charlotte and Catriona's growth and development, and you feel the need that you can actually drop a super sticker for these little baby chickens, because I am saving up some money to get a coop. You can see day 1 I finally got the whole setup. So instead of using little bark, I am actually using just paper towels, because I can easily change their diapers. And when I mention change their diapers, I actually can, it's more of just getting rid of the paper towels and making sure to clean the mess. You have to do that at least twice a day. And you can see right here, this is day 4, May 9, 2025. You can see that they're doing very well. You can see that Charlotte on the very left, and then Catriona on the very right. So they're only just a couple of days old, 4 days old, and you can see that they're already starting to develop little baby wings. You can see that they're a lot more comfortable. It took a minute for them to actually get comfortable. So let me know in the comment section what you think of these little cuties. And this is Charlotte again, looking super cute. This is Saturday, May 10, 2025. So this little baby hen is only like 5 days old, and you can see how quick their development happens. Right now, I am actually putting Catriona and Charlotte in their holding pen, because I'm cleaning the mess over there. We've got Luke helping me out. like it. This is day 5 again, Saturday, May 10th, 2025. You can see that Charlotte on the very furthest at the front. And then we also have Catriona just having a good time. And I just brought them out in my patio area just so they could be around the sunlight. Now, you can't keep baby little hens out there like that because they want to make sure that they're in really warm environments. But I figured I just, let them out there for a minute. Obviously, I'm going to be changing their diapers because you can see there is bird doo-doo everywhere, and you never really want to let them just stay in that. I change their diapers about 3 times a day, once before I go to work, and then right after I get off work, and then right before I go to bed. That way they have as clean and as sterile of an environment, and I think that that's super important for little baby hens. That way they don't get sick. So I am just really excited, plant foldies, for you all to actually watch their journey as they get older. I will be looking and doing more episodes specifically about my little babies. Like, this is Catriona, and then the other one is again named Charlotte. So I really hope you like this installment. I will do some more blogs about their development. Let me know in the comment section what you think. And as always, I really appreciate every single super plant foldie for joining my YouTube membership tier. Again, I cannot thank y'all enough. As always, this is Richie at Grow Folds. Please subscribe, or at least make sure that all notifications are turned on. And I hope you can leave some cute comments for my new babies. I'll see you on the next one. Good day, my super plant foldies. This is Richie at Grow Folds, and today we will be doing a little bit of a blog on backyard chickens, raising them. As always, please make sure you are pressing the thumbs up or like button for this video. And if you'd like to give a super sticker for my girls, Charlotte and Catriona, feel free to do so. It definitely helps with some of their supplies, their food, and their treats. But you see, it is a beautiful morning when I film this clip. My backyard chickens are the barred rock hen, which is Charlotte right over here, and my Rhode Island Red, which is Catriona. The beautiful brown hen over here are about 3.5 months old. I am super excited. On September 5th is when they will be exactly 4 months old. I recently acquired them not too long ago, and it has been a joy in terms of taking care of these chickens that are not babies anymore. They're actually almost full-grown adults, and I'm excited to see the eggs that they will be laying possibly in the next 6 weeks. We'll see what that looks like. But I know that aside from big box or plant shopping videos, I wanted to put out this content and just talk about the joys of raising chickens in a backyard. I don't really have the biggest backyard, but this coop, which I ended up buying at walmart.com, has done very well for me. And you can see right here, one of my morning rituals is to feed my baby chickens some organic spinach. I will actually put a little bit of collagen powder on it. I just feel like collagen would help promote beautiful foliage. Well, not beautiful foliage, beautiful feathers for my baby chickens. And you can see right here, Charlotte is the more sociable one. Catriona is a little bit more finicky with being handled, but my barred rock hen, which is the one that's black and white, she will approach you. So in the mornings, I wake up early. Before I get to work, I will give them a bowl of organic spinach. I want to make sure that they have fresh veggies to eat. And I will actually grow greens as well for them to munch on. Things that I would also like to highlight is with chickens, in order for them to really be docile and friendly, you do have to spend quite a bit of time. I don't necessarily have them free range. I let them out for a little bit. And you can see right here, I actually have a 6-inch planter that I threw some chia seeds and some pinto beans. Those are the pinto bean sprouts, and then the chia seeds. Charlotte is just having an amazing treat because greens in general are really good for the baby chickens as they grow and even in adulthood. I like to give them fresh food. I don't really like all of the processed feed that is available at stores. I try to get them the best ingredients and best food, just like if you were a human, where if you you have really good premium food, your health is going to reflect that. And so I am trying my very best to give them foods like this, where I will purposely grow microgreens or at least chia seed sprouts for them to eat. I'll put it in their coop. And plant foldies, you can see that they have pretty much eaten all of their microgreens. This is Charlotte. She is just having a ball, and she's actually being a little bit more sociable as I show you this clip right here. And, you know, these baby chickens that are not babies anymore have just brought me so much joy. They're definitely the unexpected pet that I had, that I've never really had. I had chickens in the past, but as an adult, I've never really had them as just pets. I thought about getting a schnauzer, a miniature schnauzer, but I feel like dogs require a little bit more attention. At least with chickens, you can put them in a chicken coop, you can put their feed, you can socialize with them when you want. And you can see right here, look at how cute Charlotte is. I know that this is content that you may not necessarily be looking for, and this is the reason why I have a lot more of these types of blog videos on my YouTube membership tier. So again, I want to say thank you to anybody that has joined my YouTube membership tier. Again, it is only for $2.99 a month. I am also thankful for those that continue to renew their membership. I'm trying my very best to show you more content outside of plants, so you can actually get to know me a little bit more personally. And you can see right here, so these chickens, this is a big social thing for them, and that is basically doing dust baths. I did not know that chickens really love doing dust baths, where they basically roll around the dust, and that's the way they can clean themselves, get rid of any particular ticks or lice or anything of that nature that could potentially get to your chicken. So it's always good for them to do dust baths, and they do it together. They clean each other, and it is awesome. I would not recommend raising a chicken by itself, because they are flock birds. That you, at minimum, you need to at least have two, so they have a companion. And you can see why companionship is what keeps a chicken happy. They are, birds by nature that like to be in a flock. So you can see that is Catriona in the back, and then that is Charlotte. I really like both of them. I am a little bit more partial to Charlotte just because she is a little bit more sociable. She's a little bit more friendly. She's willing to interact with both me and Luke. So you can see right over here, this is another clip I took in the morning. I tend to like to film them in the morning. You can see that they are just foraging underneath my beautiful ginkgo tree. And next year, I don't think I'm going to really do a garden tour now, just because all of the grass and everything is just overgrown. But I will definitely do something of that nature. Maybe later this year. We'll see if I can get on my garden in the back cleaned up. But it's really important to let them out. You can see that chickens in general will find food. I like to let them out in the morning. So I'll feed them their spinach. After they're done eating their spinach, I'll let them out for about 30 minutes. Depending whether I am off or not. I actually do a lot of my video editing on my phone next to them in a chair outside, because the morning sun isn't as intense. I like to get my vitamin D that way. And I just feel like keeping your chickens in a coop all day could be cruel. So I try my very best to at least let them out. I would actually let them out more so all day if I just didn't have all of my aglaonema and my toxic or non-pet friendly plants on my patio, because they have been known to, sneak over there and eat a whole pothos vine. They've done that, and they've even eaten some of my aglaonema foliage. And so I really don't want that. It's not that I don't mind them eating plants, but it's plants that are not good for their health is what I'm more worried about. So they have to be supervised if they're outdoors. And what I've noticed is as they get older, especially Charlotte, my barred rock hen, she is a little bit more adventurous. She's a little bit more of a thrill seeker. She'll literally look at me or Luke and look at the patio with all of the plants and test to whether she can get away with it or not. She'll do a run for it, and then obviously we have to kind of scare her away from the plants. But you can see she's super friendly. She'll let me just pet her. So plant foldies, let me know in the comment section if you just want me to continue to post videos like that. I think of their auntie Angelique, who, always supports her nieces. Thank you for always giving a super sticker to support them. And, as far as backyard chickens, it's just a lot of fun. And you'll see here is another clip from another day where literally Charlotte, whenever you have the stool, she'll want to jump on the stool, or if you're sitting down on the stool, she will jump on your lap. You just have to tap on your lap and she will jump up, sit down, and just roost there. She'll let you pet her. And so she's just a beauty. I love the fact that she is always happy to interact with both myself and Luke. And you can see that she is just having the best time ever, just, running around. Definitely important to let your chickens free range like this, because then they're able to stimulate their minds. They're not cooped up in a coop, and also to diversify their treats. So it's been super hot in Texas. I know last Tuesday the heat index was 108. I was really worried about my chickens, but Luke is such a good chicken papa. He ended up getting some watermelons, and so throughout the day he would give them watermelons to make sure, number one, they got a sweet treat, and number two, that they stay hydrated. So these particular breeds, the barred rock hen and also the Rhode Island Red, are really what is it? Very resilient to hot conditions as well as cold conditions, and they make really good first time chickens for anybody that's just raising chickens for the first time. And you can see right over here again, Charlotte is on there, and then you can see right here Catriona. She just tends to be a little bit more finicky. If you notice though that her feathers are beautiful, she's starting to get some really dark foliage. And as far as like the Rhode Island Red, the show quality ones are a lot darker in color. I will say some of my secrets to really giving them the best plumage is I have collagen powder that I mix into their chicken feed. Like for instance, you saw earlier they were eating a watermelon. I would just top it off with a little bit of collagen powder so they can get that in their systems. It definitely doesn't harm them. If anything, I do believe that it has enhanced their beautiful their plumage and their feathers and their overall health. And then you can just see right here, they are just having a good time. If you are able to raise backyard chickens, they make great pets, and they're also, at least these chickens are dual purpose. Obviously, I wouldn't eat my baby chickens, but they actually produce a lot of eggs. And you can see right over here, I will use these fungus gnat traps to capture some of the flies. And you can see Charlotte loves it, goes crazy over it. She will jump. She can jump super high, and you can see that they're both just attacking it. They love their flies, but I was also reading that it's not necessarily good to just feed them a ton of flies, because they could potentially have parasites or get some type of worms. So here's the thing I do for keeping my chickens healthy. I actually feed them crushed peppers. For a while, I was actually growing a bunch of Carolina Reapers and ghost peppers, chopping it up and mixing it into their food. That is a good natural dewormer, and I really stick by that. But I do also mix some of the crushed peppers in their food to make sure that it keeps away any potential parasites. And you can see they're just eating the weeds in my landscape beds, and that's just important for them. And you can see right here Catriona. What do you think about Catriona? Isn't she absolutely stunning? I just love it. And even if they're not necessarily show quality chickens, I treat them as if they are show quality chickens by trying to give them the best environment, getting them that best human interaction. I mean, you can see that I can just walk up to Charlotte and she'll pet, and you'll see that she'll just sit there. So she might be the hen that starts to lay before Catriona, but we'll see. I'm definitely going to document that as well. This particular clip is when I get home from work. It's late afternoon. You can see that this is actually the latest clip of them this morning when I filmed and edited this video. They're on top of their beautiful coop. So again, thank you to all the plant foldies that have sent a super sticker or super thanks. It's a monetary tip that helps support a YouTube content creator like myself. I was able to get a beautiful coop for them, and I feed them some more spinach. So this is their spinach treat, sprinkled with some collagen powder. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little clip and little blog of my baby chickens that are not babies anymore. Feel free to leave in the comment section what you think. And as always, please make sure you're pressing the thumbs up or like button for this video. Thank you again for being a super plant foldie. Today, my super plant foldies, this is Richie at Grow Folds, and today we'll do a 4-month update on raising backyard chickens. As always, please make sure you are pressing the thumbs up or like button for this video. I really appreciate everybody that has joined the YouTube membership tier, Super Plant Foldies, so you can see my progression as I raise backyard chickens. You can see this is Charlotte. She just flew away, and then that is Catriona. Luke and I are spending the morning, Monday morning, just hanging out with the baby chickens that are not really baby chickens anymore. As of September 5th, 2025, both my chickens are now 4 months old, and so I'm really excited that I've been able to raise these chickens. They have brought a lot of joy for me, and so you can see right here, that is Catriona. That is my Rhode Island Red. You can see how beautiful her feathers are, and then on the other side, the zebra looking one is Charlotte. That is my barred rock hen. So a couple of takebacks in terms of just raising backyard chickens is that you definitely need to make sure that you are giving these chickens a lot of attention. If you want them to be a little bit more docile, you want to make sure that you're handling them at a early age. So I would like to shout out Luke for really spending a lot of time with Charlotte. Now Catriona, this one right over here, is a little bit more finicky. She's not as sociable, but take a look at how beautiful her feathers are. In terms of the diet that I give these chickens, I don't necessarily just give them crumbles. I really give them the best premium food, and I also feed them lots of fresh vegetables, specifically spinach, because I just feel like, you know, processed foods are not the best for them. I really want to make sure that I maximize their health by just giving them the best food. Processed food, just like humans, is not the best. So you can see right here, they're just running around having a good time. In terms of them being free range chickens, unfortunately, I have a lot, well, I wouldn't even say fortunately, I have a lot of house plants that I'm growing outdoors in my backyard patio. So a lot of my aglionemas and other plants that are toxic, and if you can see right here, they are biting up a lot of the actual plants here, which I'm okay with. Like ginkgo biloba, this is my autumn gold. I'm okay with them eating up the foliage on this one because it is not toxic, but I do have tropical plants. So on average, they are allowed to free range with me or Luke being outside for about an hour or two daily. So they still get enough time. I am going to try to get my brother-in-law to make a larger run so they have space. And you can see right here, these are beans that Luke threw in the ground that grew, and so they just end up eating and foraging and getting all of this fresh food right here, which is what I love. So I'm just going to walk around and just continue to show you what they do, and let me know in the comment section, plant foldies, what you think and what you think about my backyard chickens. and enjoy the musical track. This one is called Charlotte, named after my barred rock hen. And then the other track that plays on this video is called Catriona, which is recently another debut that went into the super plant foldies. So again, you know, I really just appreciate everybody taking the time to watch my member only videos. I really hope that you guys will continue to stay on the membership tier. I know a lot of the members have been gifted, but I would hope when the time is there that you would actually renew your membership, because it does help with the sustainability of this YouTube channel. If anything, it helps fund some of the supplies that are needed to raise my backyard chickens, like premium food, maybe upgrading to a bigger coop, and other supplies that are required. You can see plant foldies, they are just having their best life, just being able to free range. You can see that Charlotte is definitely the queen of the hill. She loves to jump on this lawn, and if you actually sit down on the chair, sometimes I will do my voiceovers for my big box or plant shopping videos. She will jump on my lap, and then all of a sudden will jump on my shoulder. So the joy of raising backyard chickens is amazing. I highly recommend it if you're able to. I just love the fact that I was able to get them when they were only day-old chicks, and look at how fast they've grown. In another 6 weeks, hopefully they will start laying eggs, and I am super excited to share that journey. For all of the plant foldies that tune in and support Catriona and Charlotte, really appreciate it. Shout out to their auntie Angelique. I know that she often wants to see their babies, her nieces, grow. Again, for those that want to support Catriona or Charlotte, feel free to drop a super sticker or a super thanks. It is a monetary tip that you can give a YouTube content creator like myself. You can see that through your super stickers, I was able to get a really comfortable coop like this from Walmart.com. So let's just continue to follow these little hens around as they explore my backyard. Luke recently mowed the yard 2 days ago, and it looks really nice. He just has to edge the areas, but at this point, I'm just happy that the grass looks really good as well. Plant foldies, let me know what you think of that musical track that's currently playing. It is called Catriona. I really do think it matches her vibe. She's a little bit more chill than Charlotte. Charlotte's a little bit more of the adventurous girl. And you can see right here, they are just hanging around my prickly pear that is cold hardy. I actually had that planted in the ground about a year ago, and it was just one lobe, and you can see how much it's grown. So you can see in terms of backyard chickens, you definitely want them to free range, because they have to go around and forage. That's how they get their bugs. That's how they get their fresh veggies and foliage, which is really good for their diet and health. The days I like to start my morning off, if I'm not working, is just going outside around 7:30 or 8 and really enjoying the morning light. And then you can just see right here, beautiful ginkgo biloba autumn gold. I did want to just feature this because this is such a stunner. Ginkgo trees are one of my favorite trees to grow, and I cannot believe I've grown this tree to this size in the last 6 years that I've owned and lived in my home. What do y'all think about the ginkgo biloba? And I just want to share again the relaxing music for this video today. So that is Charlotte and Catriona just foraging around and looking at some of the bugs and stuff that they can eat. And then on a daily basis, I do give them some green, some fresh green. So you can see right here, they absolutely go crazy over spinach. So I actually get the Good and Gather organic spinach from Target to feed these chickens right over here, and I feed them. Now there is a debate on whether you should be feeding spinach. Apparently it might impact the calcium levels of the chicken, so let me know in the comment section if that is true. I do feed my chickens obviously oyster shells and make sure that they get enough calcium in terms of their diet. Again, I do give them mealworms. I give them a variety of different types of food. I try not to give them just processed crumbles. I actually haven't given them crumbles in a long time. I really buy a lot of my premium food from chewy.com. It is a really good place to get your pet supplies, especially for chickens. But you see how fast they are just tearing up the spinach. I budget that in, even though it is a little bit costly. And, you know, some people will debate on whether, you know, feeding your chickens premium food is really cost effective if you are trying to have them lay eggs. But I always feel like if you want high quality eggs, that does require them to eat a very stable diet. So my tips for backyard growing chickens is definitely make sure you diversify their diet. Make sure it is a complete diet, and then also cleanliness. I definitely get rid of their poop out of their coop from their pine shavings every 2 days or so, just to keep the area clean. I hose down their coop as well to try to keep it as sanitary as possible, because you don't want to have these chickens get sick or actually be susceptible to parasites. And speaking of parasites, I ended up buying a bunch of dried crushed red peppers from Costco, and I actually put that in their food because it is a natural dewormer. So with chickens, they don't have receptors to make them feel or think that a food is spicy, but it actually makes sure that it gets rid of any potential parasites. So I do everything I can. Hopefully I am being a good chicken parent. Let me know in the comments section, super plant foldies that have experience with growing backyard chickens, what else you would recommend. As you can see right here, they haven't fully gotten their wattles. They're starting to get their crowns and wattles a little bit more developed. So I am excited to see that. They are still considered pullets, but let me go ahead and just let you watch them eat some spinach, and then I'm going to round out this video. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the growth updates. Hope you like the violin music. That particular soundtrack playing right now is called Twilight, and you can see they are now finished eating their spinach and they are now drinking their water. Here's a little tidbit. I mix collagen powder in their water just because I feel like collagen will also enhance the look of their feathers and just give them better overall health. You can see right here, look at Catriona, my Rhode Island Red, the brown chicken. Look at how the light just hits her feathers. It It is super shiny, and I truly believe that a lot of that has to do with the diet that's given to them. And you can see my barred rock hen, that is Charlotte. She is also looking good. If you look closely at her face, you can see that she's starting to develop her wattles. I think she's a little bit more developed or maturing, more so than Catriona, but Catriona is a little bit larger. So I'm not sure if Rhode Island Reds are just a little bit larger of a breed as compared to a barred rock hen. Either way, they are living their best life. And you can see that as far as water as well, you want to go ahead and change that water at least once a day. I try to do it twice a day to keep the water clean, because sometimes their poop actually makes it and you don't want to get them sick. So it is all about trying to keep their area sanitary. Again, chickens are built to really have good immune systems, but at the end of the day, you want to try to make sure that you're keeping your area for them clean, including their water and their food. Plant foldies, I hope you enjoyed today's 4-month update on my backyard chickens growth. If you want to support their growth, their supplies, please give a super sticker for Charlotte and Catriona. All you have to do is press the $ on the far left corner of the screen or bottom right hand corner. Any amount is greatly appreciated. As always, I really appreciate y'all for continuing to be YouTube members on my YouTube membership tier, the Super Plant Foldy. I'll see you on the next one.